Hi everyone, my name is Lauren Hernandez and I'm a journalism and mass communications student. I am also a political science minor and this is my last course to complete that minor, so that's really exciting. This is my response video. My first video was my argument on why climate change is a global security issue. Now I am responding to Linda Klein's video. She did a video on why building a border wall is generally a positive for national security. I'm just going to do the argument for the opposition, which is why it is a negative for national security. Linda did a great job and she thoroughly explained her side and had some really good statistics, and also shout out for being a journalism major and political science minor, and great job. I'm going to start with my video now. I looked a lot at a lot of different research, but two articles that I found were really helpful in my research were AP's, and if you guys want to read it, it's called Here's Why Trump's Border Wall Won't Work. And then I looked at NBC News's, and theirs focused on illegal border crossing from Canada, which is quietly rising and not talked about as much, according to data. So from both of those and my other research, in terms of politics, the Mexico and US border and the wall has been talked a lot about in the last 4-5 years because of President Donald Trump. He had originally promised that he would build a wall and that it would stop illegal immigration from Mexico and Central America, and also block the entry of drugs. And he also told his supporters originally that Mexico would pay for this wall. Through a lot of my research, it conducted that it wouldn't reduce the number of undocumented immigrants in the US, and it could maybe have the opposite effect actually, and it won't really stop drugs and contraband from entering the US because there's multiple ways around it, and the issue also isn't centralized on Mexico or Central America. There are people from Canada or all over that are doing the same thing. A statistic from the AP article was almost 1/4 of the 44 million people living in the US who were born in another country, or about 10.7 million people, are undocumented immigrants according to AP, and more than 2/5 of these undocumented immigrants, or 4.5 million, are visa overstayers. They entered the US with legal passports or legal visas, but they either stayed past their visa expiration dates or otherwise violated the terms of their admission into the US. And it said, according to AP, that most flew in legally from Asia, Europe, or other continents and entered major airports like LAX, SFO, New York, Houston, and a lot of others. And Trump's wall isn't gonna fix that necessarily. It may help with other issues, but it won't shrink the numbers in terms of there's many other factors that play at this. So there's visa overstayers, there's people from different countries, there's travel by water, there's a lot of other issues that come into play. And AP also stated that 5 million to 6 million undocumented immigrants in the US who are not visa overstayers are formally referred by demographics and immigration officials as EWIS, persons entered without suspicion, which I thought was another interesting thing. So they entered the US without detection or used fraudulent documents when crossing the border. Almost all of them entered the US-Mexico border though. Until recently, most were from Mexico, and now most are from Central America, according to AP. AP also said that they are not criminals, they don't take jobs from US-born Americans, they almost end up doing jobs that a lot of people don't end up wanting to do. And through my own reporting at Cronkite News, I looked a lot into this as I spoke with a lot of farm workers and their experience with COVID and the California fires. Also looking at the other article I was talking about, NBC News, they talked a lot about the Canada border, and they said that a lot of these crime rates, even though they are lower, a lot of people are quietly coming into the US from Canada. So more than 960 people crossed into the US illegally from the northern border with Canada last year. The last year is in reference to 2018. So if we look at current statistics, it could be higher as it is on the rise. And while that number is not a big fraction compared to the migration across the Mexico border, it represented a 91% increase from the prior year. So that's a significant increase, and that's not looked at as much as Mexico's per se. And there's a lot of other factors, like I mentioned, which is a lot of the issues come from visa overstayers, etc. So that's my side of the argument, and again, great job to Linda, and I can't wait to look at everyone else's videos.